welcome to another episode of Corridor Conversations, where we highlight the collaboration and partnerships of economic development happening right here in the Iowa Lakes Corridor. I'm Kurt Strauss, President and CEO of the Corridor, and excited to have two amazing guests with us today, which we're going to introduce here in just a second. But first of all, I wanted to give a huge shout out to Medlar Coffee, our official sponsors of this year's podcast, and also shooting live here from downtown Spencer in our downtown collab space. So shout out to them on being willing to host our podcast here this season. So welcome, Jon and Kiley. Jon Pausley, who's the CEO of Historic Arnolds Park, and Kiley Zankowski, the Executive Director for Vacation Okoboji. And coming off a very, very busy season. But first of all, I wanted to welcome and thank you both for being here with us. And yeah, coming off a busy season. So maybe just tell me just relatively quickly to those listening. Jon, I'll let you start off. Just a real high-level introduction of yourself first, and then maybe how the overall season went for you this year.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jon Pausley, CEO at Historic Arnolds Park. We had a great season. I've been down there for 4 summers now in that area. I've lived in the area. Actually moved here to Spencer in 2005 and lived in the area for almost 20 years. My family has grown up here. This is home for us, and we just love this area and this space. And so it's been a fantastic time. We had a great summer down at Arnolds Park. It was busy. We had a lot of people come, a lot of great concerts and shows, and the amusement park growth, and it's been a great year.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, my name's Kiley Zankowski. I am the executive director at Vacation Okoboji, which we are the Okoboji Tourism Committee. So what we do is we just hope visitors come, and we put a lot of marketing out there to entice them to come to the area as a whole. So pretty much our whole county we market. I'm 1 year in this job, 7 years before that at the chamber. So also a local, born and raised in the Iowa Great Lakes. I left and came back and have been loving every minute of it. But yeah, it was a great summer. I think everybody knows we had some challenges the summer before with flooding. And so we were really excited to see increases. Around 775,000 out-of-market visitors came to our area this summer season, which is incredible, especially when you recognize that we are a county of about 18,000 residents.
Right.
So thinking about all the staff that had to come to the area, truly amazing. Over 500,000 overnight visits. That happened multiple times, so over 1 million visits to our area, which is really great for us.
Yeah, it is incredible. And you both do an outstanding job, and it's great for us from a corridor standpoint with our organization to be able to see firsthand in partnership all the great things that you're doing and all the ancillary economic impact that tourism brings. But before we dive into it too far, we got to get to our official sponsor in Medlar Coffee for a Medlar moment. And this is going to be an opportunity for us to maybe break the ice a little bit on this conversation and kind of will help us ease into things. So I'm just going to do a couple pop questions here. I'll let both of you answer the same one. Kind of give an inside view of both of you, right? So, Jon, Iowa State, who do you cheer for?
Well, okay, I grew up always cheering for Iowa State, but then my daughter went to Iowa. So they're getting a lot of my money right now, so the Hawkeyes, go Hawks.
There you go. Kylie?
I might ruffle some feathers, but I grew up as a Husker fan. And then I went to Iowa State, so I bleed red and go Cyclones.
So who do you cheer for on a Saturday? You're growing up in Nebraska. Are you Huskers at all, or are you just straight Iowa State at this point?
Still, and my mom's side of the family's from Nebraska, so we still cheer them on, especially when they play Iowa. But no, Cyclones all the time.
Love it.
Yep.
I love it. So I mean, even in rivalry, we can get together and have a good conversation, right?
What about you? We didn't hear.
Yeah, so I'm a huge Hawkeye fan too. Yeah, so you guys aren't supposed to spin the questions back on me, but I appreciate that, Kylie.
I'm sandwiched between some Hawkeye.
You are. No, but we're huge Hawkeye fans. I didn't go to Iowa to school at all, but we were always born and raised Hawkeye fans too. So, looking forward to another good season with a new quarterback under there. The expectations are high with that, but we'll see where the season ends us. And I'm looking behind the camera here with a huge Iowa State fan, and she likes to rub that in, don't you, Jenny? Yeah, Jenny, the eyes behind the camera is a huge Iowa State fan.
We have to when we can. We don't always get this opportunity,
right?
So we take it and we hold on to it
in typical Iowa State fashion.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So.
Yep.
All right, great. I love that. Now, kind of getting into the corridor. What's your favorite maybe hidden gem in the corridor? When I talk about the corridor, we cover 4 counties for regional economic development, including all the way down to Buena Vista, up here to Clay County, where we're shooting at today, Dickinson, and then over to Emmett County. So we have a lot of opportunities for a draw to a region. What's maybe your hidden gem that, and Kyla, I'll start with you this time,
Ugh,
that maybe you see within the region that maybe is not maybe all that known?
that's really hard. There's so many great hidden gems in our area, and I don't think people always know about them. For us this summer, we probably discovered a lot of hidden gems in the opportunities for families with different camps and classes in the area. I don't think people recognize the gems that we have through our art centers and our nature centers and even our public parks that we have. So we signed our kids up for every camp possible, discovered the Lakeside Lab and all of the education opportunities they have there. But not just that, you can go there and explore the trails and connect with nature and the nature center too. Lots of great opportunities. So I think oftentimes they're off the beaten path and so they get missed, but they're an amazing resource that we have in our community.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows the lake is a huge draw. People love that. At Arnolds Park, obviously, we get a lot of great visitors and get a lot of attention at Arnolds Park. But if I'm looking for a day off or a day out, I'll usually go to Esterville. They got some great downtown shopping, some great walking trails down there. If I just need to go and kind of get lost for a day, then I'll go down there and spend some time at Esterville. There's some great spots to be able to go. And there's the state park over there.
Yeah, Fort Defiance State Park. Yep, absolutely.
They got some great walking trails. And it's a little unknown hidden gem over there.
Yeah, love it. I love it. Yeah, very good. So, we talk about in economic development, and what we talk about as an organization is all, the partnerships and collaboration pieces, right? I mean, we cover 4 counties, as I mentioned before, but you guys, 2 separate organizations in being, Arnolds Park and Vacation Okoboji in the tourism office, but you guys work hand in hand a lot together throughout the summer, throughout the tourism season, just, on events or just collaborating on some of the things that are going on. Maybe speak to like how that collaboration piece works through Arnolds Park and then the Vacation Okoboji and the tourism side.
Sure. Well, I do sit on the tourism committee. And
yeah,
so
perfect.
There's a great collaboration just in the work together to put together all of the magazine that comes out and the guide that you see in all the places that people can stop in at. And so we always want to be in contact with them of what's going on. People plan some of their summer trips around maybe what's happening in Arnold Park, the concert series, or something that's going on. So we want to make sure that we're always staying in contact and collaboration, but also know that there's so many things up at the Great Lakes area that people can do that it's not just Arnold Park. There's so many things else out there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel really blessed to work and do what I do. I think that it's been so fun coming back to my hometown and recognizing the gem that we have here in the Iowa Great Lakes. And I think our role is really important. We're able to collect a lot of data, but then we're able to share it with the businesses and the resources in our community, because at the end of the day, without the lake and the amusement park and the attractions that we have, I probably wouldn't have a job. I wouldn't have something to do. So it's been really fun to collaborate. We work with the park all the time on getting content and working with them when we're filming new ads, or if we have influencers in town and we're trying to get some good content and things like that, but also keeping up with hotels and everybody to make sure they know visitation and where people are coming from, and sharing the marketing trends we're seeing so that we can all work together to increase visitation and the economic impact in our area.
Yeah, for sure. And, we talk about economic development. A lot of people think, economic development is housing, or it's new commercial development, or it's expansion into industrial development. But a real key piece of economic development and growth of regionalism is the tourism piece. And I think a lot of sometimes what maybe gets lost in the whole tourism piece is what effect does it actually have? And there's huge ancillary economic impact when it comes to tourism. And Kylie, I'll ask you, I mean, what are some of those direct, or not direct, but more of those ancillary economic impact? You talk about the hotels, you talked about the VRBOs that are available, the people that are coming to our region to be able to take advantage of what we have. Economically, dollars and cents wise, what does that look like?
It's huge. It takes a little while for us to get the full economic impact, but we do have numbers from the 2023 year that were reported. Soon we'll have 2024, but in 2023, over $300 million was spent related to tourism within our county. $233 million directly to just tourism-related expenses, which is a lot of money to be spent in a community. We see $2 million in hotel motel tax revenue that comes in every single year now, and 50% of that is required to be spent back to tourism-related things. So you can see that in trails, water quality, our marketing efforts, different partnerships that all create things that not only are great for tourists to come, but it's a great recruitment tool for businesses to say, hey, come live in the Iowa Great Lakes. We have this great tourist destination where you can enjoy concerts, massive concerts that most towns in Iowa and the Midwest don't get. We've got an amusement park, we've got a lake here, and then you still get that small town charm year round as well. So it's a great recruitment tool. Economically, it's huge. You know, this summer we saw an even bigger economic boost, which was great, especially coming off of last summer. I know I was looking at just rental property revenue, and in July alone, it was $6 million in revenue spent just on rental properties.
Wow.
That's not hotels. That's not entertainment. That's not, you know, them filling up with gas and buying groceries. There's a huge impact that you can see. So $11 million, we were ahead almost $2 million from the year prior. So a lot of that money stays local and impacts everything. You know, we've got great school systems, which again becomes a recruitment tool. It's a full circle.
Right. Oh, for sure. And you mentioned the hotel motel tax. And, you know, that's the tax that's collected at a local level. And I think Arnolds Park is able to collect maybe 7%. I think locally is which is max allowable by Iowa code. But those dollars really are visitor dollars, right? And we talk about taxes. A lot of taxes that are incurred are local taxes to our residents. These are being able to collect that tax from an outside in and then be able to reinvest that into the trails or whatever those projects may be from a community quality of life standpoint, which is huge. And again, across the region, you know, Kings Point down in Storm Lake, you have the Clay County Fair, which just recently wrapped up here in Clay County, and then over in Estherville with Sweet Corn Days and Fort Defiance State Park, you know, all of those be able to collect the outside revenue tax from visitors coming in and be able to reinvest that into amenities. And John, you know, you guys had an outstanding lineup this year on your main stage, and we hear that all the time. Like, how do you get those artists to come in? I mean, it's outstanding, from the Warren Ziders to, you know, all those big country fans, and even the Port Tornadoes. I feel like Port Tornadoes nowadays are just as big as any mainstream country artist that you see out there. But what goes into that? And congratulations on being able to generate such an outstanding lineup. What goes in behind the scenes on being able to generate that?
So, you know, I'll take it back real quick. 25 years ago, when the community saved the park. You know, the park has been such a central piece for the community, and they realized the importance of it. And when it had the threat of going away, and the community saved it and put it into a nonprofit status, then I think investment really started to happen, and people got behind it, and we were able to put in infrastructure and capital improvements that we've never been able to do done before. Because it's a short season, it's weather dependent, and so it's hard to turn a bus there. So without the support of the community to invest in it, it'd be really hard to have the facilities we do. That new stage, it's been open the last few years, is one of those key points. I mean, amazing venue to be able to come and watch music at. You're by the lake, you're outside, there is nothing better. Fireworks, it's great. And so all of that adds to what we're able to do to bring acts in. And so our director of marketing and music, Chris Swanson, has done a great job of connecting with some local folks to really put our name out there. And it took a little while to kind of get on the circuit, but now the word is out, you know, and so groups want to come in and they want to be there, and we catch a lot of good routing in the Midwest. So there's a lot of places where we could catch somebody on a Friday when they're going to be in Wisconsin on a Saturday, or maybe in Minnesota on a Sunday, and so that helps us be able to get those acts in. And it's a new business of trying to figure out how that all comes together, but it's fun. I mean, and when they get there, most of these people are down to earth. But what's most exciting is when the groups come in and they wake up off the bus the night before and they see, oh, I'm in Northwest Iowa. And they get off the bus, and one guy literally said this year, he said, I thought my phone's GPS was broken, because he said there's no way I'm in Northwest Iowa right now. And so it's exciting to have them come and be like, oh, this exists here. And I think that's one of the beauties of our area, is that you don't expect all of this to be here if you've never been here before. And that's what makes this place such a gem, is that we have all this opportunity, and this area is so unique. But then right now in September, we're going to small town football games. Spirit Lake versus Okoboji, a fun rivalry, and it feels you get the best of both worlds.
For sure. No, I agree 100%. And you talked about the support that it takes to be able to do what we do here. It is 100%. The collaboration piece, number one, but the businesses that we're able to support, all of our organizations, the individuals across the region willing to support, because they understand with that support, we're able to do what we do at a very, very high level. And at the end of the year, you guys can sit back and look at some economic development or, you know, impact data from tourism, and you can sit back and, you know, and look at how successful your park season was. And it just makes it all kind of rise to the top and be able to celebrate that a little bit, which is awesome. So no, congratulations to both of you. And this just wrapping up the busy time. So I just wanted to maybe mention, and Kylie, how do you balance such a busy tourism season? Because it is such a, like to John's point, a kind of a shorter window. So your time is really bought into a 5 or 6 month period. And how do you really balance your days and to really get the most out of it?
Yeah, I think we have a really fun job. Again,
Yeah.
we get to play tourists often because we get to show people what it's like to come to our area. So, some days we're parasailing, some days we're riding the roller coaster, but it's finding that balance of getting as much content as we can. That was our goal this year, was to get everything we could captured so that we're fully prepared to re-show people everything they missed last year and everything they could be a part of next year. And we're also working really hard now to not just market the summer, but market the shoulder seasons.
Yeah.
If you haven't been to the Iowa Great Lakes in the fall, it's such a beautiful time to come.
Yeah.
A few of your summer spots might be shut down for the season. You can't ride the roller coaster right now, but you can still do go-karts. You can still come see live music on rooftops. There's so much you can do here year round. We're really lucky with the natural resources that we have. So we're able to market ice fishing and off-season hunting, anything and everything. So it's a lot of fun. We've got a lot of great data that we can use where we can capture those markets and see, who's coming here, what things are going on around the state that we could then entice people to come to our area. So we're kind of always on the go, but that's what's fun too.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And yeah, I know how you're just taking a deep breath, and it's kind of a nice. You get your weekends back a little bit now, John, and so you do such a good job of communicating publicly on what's going on weekly too, so visitors have an understanding what's going on, and it takes a lot of time. How do you balance that both professionally and as a family man?
Sure.
And to be able to drive that, and tell me about your deep breath and how nice that is right now.
The pace definitely changes,
right.
But it's fun. You couldn't do it year round, so it's about 100 days, and it is a sprint and a marathon at the same time.
Yep.
But if you didn't enjoy it, then it'd be hard to keep up.
For sure.
The energy that people bring, and to be part of just having a spot in the community that people gather at, it's a lot of fun. And I've often said as a family man, my kids, if they were younger, I could never have done this.
Yep.
But since they're in high school and college, they're all working, and they're all working in the tourism industry.
Yep.
So they're out there having fun and enjoying that as well. And so we can get together and enjoy all those moments. And then, like I said, in the fall, it very much changes. It feels very different. You can come back to smaller town Iowa and still have those connections that exist. And so it's a deep breath, but it's a lot of fun. And I think that's what you have to look at it as. You just got to look at it as you get to be involved in something that's really exciting.
Yeah.
And it's making a difference in people's lives. I mean, we're building family nostalgia and memories.
Right.
And so that's a great thing to be a part of. And my kids and and my wife and family have tons of memories growing up at Arnolds Park. Yeah. And so you just got to relive those and give those to the next generation.
Right.
That's a cool thing.
Yeah. And then, social media is such a huge, powerful platform nowadays, and we're able to all sit at home, even if you're not partaking in the events, whether it's a concert series or if it's an event throughout the region that is going on. People are sharing it out there, and that helps us drive the mission and the story of what's going on here too, which is exciting. So you can sit from the living room and watch a clip of a concert, or see people riding the roller coaster in Arnolds Park, and feel like you're kind of in the moment with them experiencing at the same time. So, which is exciting. So, transitioning a little bit, we talk about the workforce availability and some of the challenges that we have here. And we have challenges in our industry and our manufacturers, and all of our businesses really need the availability of high quality workforce and those individuals to come and be able to take part in what we're doing to grow our region. And to be able to run a park is challenging, and I say challenging in the fact that you demand even more workforce to be able to facilitate it and get the customer demand at where it needs to be, right? I mean, there is an inherent demand of what the customer satisfaction piece needs to be, and that just doesn't happen magically. You need high quality workforce and the availability to kind of bring that to the surface, right? I mean, talk about your strategy. The J1 program is a big piece of what you do, and it's important, and to be able to get that customer satisfaction. Speak to that a little bit and let people understand how that works.
So it's fascinating. We have about 24 full-time year-round employees around the park, and in the summertime, our payroll is about 250 people. So you've got a lot of people that are there. Now, some of it is great for seasonal help teachers in the area. We get a lot of staff that come in and do full roles on the bartenders and on the Queen 2 excursion boat, and they do a great job. So it's a great ancillary kind of opportunity for teachers to be able to make money. But without the J1 program, I wouldn't even know how we would begin to fill the need. I mean, it has just been such an important piece for us. And what I love about that program too is here in Northwest Iowa, you don't get as much worldwide diversity. You just don't. And so this program brings in kids from all over the world, and you get an opportunity to interact with kids from Kazakhstan, and Singapore, and Jamaica, and the Dominican Republic. And when else do you get a chance to really get to know them? And our community have a chance to host that. And it's so great because they want to come, they want to work. These kids are smart. They're all in university back in their hometown, so they are studying to be doctors and studying to work in business worldwide. And so you're getting to know them, and you're getting to say, hey, here's America, and here's what you can expect from us, and we can expect from you. And then they're filling that need. Because it is a big ask for someone to sit at a ride for 10 hours on a beautiful Saturday and do that every day for the summer. So they're filling a need that not everybody would want to do. You know? I mean, and local kids, they're so busy with things. I love it when they work, but they've got baseball and they've got family vacations and other commitments that they need to be a part of. And so it'd be hard for us to fill that role all locally. And there's just no way we could. I mean, think about the hundreds of thousands of people that are flooding to our area. How do you serve all of them unless you have some outside groups coming in? And so that's been our strategy. It's been working well. And the more awareness we can bring about that J1 program and the importance of it to our area, because it's not just Arnolds Park. We had about 110 international seasonal staff this year. There were 250 in our region. And so they're filling all the jobs from late nights to early mornings to hot days to difficult things that is important. And we value them, and we love it when we get the opportunity to talk about the importance of that program. And our community has really surrounded them. We have a volunteer group in the community that every Sunday gets together and feeds a meal to all the international staff that would like to get together. They have them into their homes. They give them opportunities for social gatherings. And one of the favorite nights of the summer is the World Cup night, where they all gathered at Okoboji High School this year, and they all had a World Cup, a football night, soccer night, to be able to come and play against each other. And the community put that on. And so it's a great back and forth, and it's great diplomacy, even to say, hey, let's get to know other people around the world and realize they're people just like us. They have needs, they have desires and goals in life, they have families that they miss, they have money they want to make, and careers they want to go into. And so it's a wonderful program.
And the students do such a good job of acclimating to the community too. I mean, you see them walking the streets, you see them working, but they just feel like they're one of us, right? And they're so vital to making sure that we have the success in the region that we need, especially at the park. And so Kiley, you'll be getting ready for your annual visitors guide, right? Your tourism guide is coming up, and you guys are in the midst of prepping that. I know there's probably a big unveiling of a cover coming up, and I don't think you've done that yet, but speak to that production piece. That's huge as far as driving visitors and understanding what's going on. But there's also opportunities for businesses to maybe be engaged and participating, whether it's through advertising, to be able to get their name out there as well. So maybe speak to that process, what you got coming up. Yeah, so we are in preps for our 2026 visitor guide. So if you didn't know, we produced the Vacation Okoboji Visitor Guide magazine. Average, we do about 60,000 pieces a year. We only have 30 boxes left this year, so we're out of them in record time, which is great. But we mail those all over the country. So we mail them to different welcome centers across the state. We get leads and requests through our website and some other websites. For people that are interested in coming here, we send those out. And then we disperse them locally as well. So it's a great guide for people to look at and see what should they do while they're here, where should they stay. We've got some great community stories in there, itineraries and information. But yes, we're working on our 2026 guide. We still have some ad spots available. That's closing here in October, and we'll go to print and come out in January. So we're really excited. That's also what we do all summer, is get new content for that guide and think about things we want to feature that are coming up. But it's a great piece, like I said, 60,000 that have been out, that are printed, physical out, but we also have a digital guide that's interactive. That's a new piece we introduced on our website this year, and it's fully clickable. You can engage with it on the go, and we had over 370,000 views on that guide this year. So that's huge. Again, great reach, and great for our businesses. That's the goal at the end of the day, is to entice people and help them
find their stay. So it's been really fun. We're always looking for writers and photos and thoughts from people. So definitely open to it.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Anywhere you go, I feel like anywhere I go, whether it's a doctor's office or a community space, you always see the guide. So I mean, it's all over. But to your point, I think you underestimate how powerful like the online version and the clickable
Yeah.
piece for it. So if you have a website, to be able to click on that, take you right to that business or that organizational information, and it reaches throughout the United States, which is pretty cool. So well, good luck with the rest
Thank
of
you.
that. I know
Yeah.
that's a busy piece of it
It's
too.
fun.
So all right, I have to ask, like, is there any opportunity we get a little bit of an inside peek at what 2026 might look like from a tourism piece or even from a historic Arnolds Park piece of maybe what some of the entertainment or some of the cool things that maybe be cooking into 2026? I mean, we always got to give our listeners a little bit of an inside peek. So
yeah, well, for the first time in a very long time, we do not have a huge off-season project. Which
Okay.
is,
Yeah,
for
that's
me,
nice.
it's kind of nice. We'll take a year off from that, but we can take our summer concert series will be coming out around Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So you're going to be able to find out all the artists that'll be there for the Saturday night. That's the free summer concert series. And then for our paid show series as well. So that should all be wrapping up around Thanksgiving. I can't tell you anybody yet.
All right.
I can tell you it's going to be good.
Awesome.
Again, I mean, this year will be hard to top. So
Yeah, it will
if we
be.
can do that, it'll be fantastic.
Well, I appreciate the love you're giving to the 90s alternative rock band artist fans like myself. I'm bringing Collective Soul in, and OAR was in a few years ago, which was awesome. So appreciate the love you're giving there.
Absolutely. It's fun. It's nothing brings people together like live music.
Right.
So we are, we talk about this all the time. We haven't mentioned it yet, but we are in our region, we are the #2 tourist destination in all the state of Iowa. I mean, the Iowa State Fair is the only place that brings more people in tourism than Arnolds Park. And so we get to have a ton of people there, and there's something for everybody, from the beach to the Queen 2 excursion boat, the Saturday night fireworks. And we've made some investments in our amusement park even more this last year, and added a few new rides to look for a few more investments. Nothing major like a new coaster, but a few more investments and upgrades there just to keep it fresh, people interested, and keep coming back. So it's going to be a great year next year. We're already looking forward to it. In fact, it's been a couple weeks since we closed, and it was nice to catch your breath, but you miss the energy after a while.
Yeah.
So we'll be excited really when it rolls around.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and Kylie, maybe where's a couple places that visitors can maybe go to right now to learn more about, the tourism in Dickinson County, Arnolds Park, across the region, and maybe where to keep an eye out for some of those upcoming events?
Yeah, of course, we want everyone to come to our website, vacationokoboji.com. And also for businesses to know it's free to be on our website. It's a free resource for your events and your listings to be on there. That's all we want to be, is a guide, again, to then get visitors to go to our businesses and our entertainment and community aspects. So vacationokoboji.com will have all the information. We're really excited. We worked with a whole new production company and worked with the park to film here too. But we had 2 young guys from Utah come. They had the same thing that your band said, where they go, where the heck are we going? They were in Portugal and Switzerland and Paris before they came to us, and they're like, what is this place? And by the time they left, they were calling their parents saying, we got to come here on vacation. So we have an awesome new ad set that we're going to be rolling out this next year, and some big plans for ways we're going to be targeting people. Really looking at Kansas City, trying to bring people up here as they're escaping from the World Cup. And so we've got some great plans. But yeah, check out our website. We're constantly updating it with things to do, events going on in the area, and that's kind of your one-stop shop for all things Okoboji.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you, and we'll make sure we get that shared out as well. So we're gonna wrap things up here with a little bit of a lightning round opportunity. So as we did the meddler moment, to break the ice a little bit, now we get asked a few questions to kind of wrap things up. And Kyla, I'm gonna start with you. So what's your favorite ride at Arnolds Park?
For our family, it's probably the carousel. All 3 of our kids can ride it right now. Lots of fun memories, and so that's probably a favorite.
I can see your husband, Kyle, actually probably enjoying that more than anybody else.
Oh yeah, riding the rabbit or the lion or eagle, who knows?
Yep.
Yeah, you'll see him out there for sure.
That's awesome. That's awesome. John?
Nice. My favorite's the Legend, but to hit the slide in the Arnolds Park Museum is a classic.
Yeah,
yes.
that is a classic. All right, John, best time of the year to visit Okoboji. I know you're a historic Arnolds Park CEO, but there's more that goes on.
There is.
And any answer is the right answer. So
if you're not going to come in July, which is awesome, 4th of July weekend and any time in July and August is great. But I would say late August, early September. Weather's still beautiful. There's still some activities going on, and it is a great place for the fall.
Yeah, absolutely. Kylie?
Yeah, I would agree. When the leaves are changing right now, the trails are beautiful, and if you're looking for a quaint vacation, a calmer vacation, you can go out and cruise on the lake without any traffic and enjoy mostly everything our area has to offer if you're not going to come in the summer season.
Right.
Yeah, Saturdays in the park during October, during the fall are awesome because there's ways to go watch a college football game. Oktoberfest is coming up, so you'll be able to do some beer tasting and some of those type of events, and it typically is a little bit quieter, so which is outstanding. All right, John, one word to describe the corridor region.
Special.
I like it.
Ooh, surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, that's great. So thank you both. One, for all the work that you do, because it is a lot of work. Those of us that work in the public sector, I mean, there's a lot of expectations. You guys do it at a very high level. So appreciate the work you both do for your organizations, for our region, the partnership and collaboration piece we're able to share with you and have these conversations and work together to drive the work that we all do collectively. Appreciate that. And so for Kurt Strauss and the Iowa Lakes Corridor, this does wrap up another episode of Corridor Conversations. Again, thanks to Jon Pausley, CEO of the historic Arnolds Park, and Kiley Zankowski, Executive Director for Vacation Okoboji. Thank you both for spending some time with us today. And that'll wrap it up for this episode, and thanks you for joining in.